What's going on, guys? Play by Play Game here, back with another Epic 7 video, and today we're taking a look at farming in Epic 7. This video is geared more for newer players, so if you're a veteran player out there and you have any additional tips regarding farming, feel free to post them in the comment section below. I'm always looking for additional ideas that we can share with the new player community. So let's start off. First things first, who is the best hero to farm or to use for farming in Epic 7? And this one has a huge disclaimer, but for new players and free-to-play players, now with all the new updates, I'm gonna say it, Free Spirit Tieria is going to be the best starting farmer unit in Epic 7. The great thing about Free Spirit Tieria here is that you get her for free. You get her just from starting the regular adventure, and you get her from connection. So we'll take a look at that here real quick. So I'll go into the connections area, and I've already unlocked her, but all you have to do is clear stage 2-2, and that's the very start of the adventure. And completing stage 2-2 actually unlocks Free Spirit Tieria for you. And the great thing about her is that you get her at plus 15 skill enhancements. And so what that means is that each of her skills you can actually upgrade, but here you don't need to because they fully upgraded her skills for you. Usually when you have another unit, you need to spend resources, you need to spend catalyst in order to skill enhance these units and in turn make them stronger. Usually you'll need to use Molagora, which are a fairly scarce resource. They've done a better job of updating the game, adding more Molagora to the game, but you'll notice eventually Molagoras are very hard to come by. So Free Spirit Tieria is a free unit that you get with full skill enhancements that you don't need to spend resources on, you don't need to spend catalysts on, and you get most of her awakenings and catalysts from the adventure. So it makes her, I would say, the best starting farmer in the game. Later on you can definitely switch over to other units, but I think she's definitely worth the investment when you're first starting off. She's great in a farmer, she's great in Labyrinth when you start running that. And let's take a look at her skills here real quick. So the main one that I'll focus on is her S2 skill, which is called Energy Wave, and this one is extremely important because anytime that she defeats an enemy, the skill cooldown resets, and so that means that she can automatically go again with her S2 Energy Wave. And so the more that you progress through that stage, the more she's going to be defeating enemies and the faster you're going to get through that stage. So it makes farming, defeating enemies, running through it over and over and over again a lot easier. And usually what you want to focus on is as much crit chance, crit damage, and attack as possible for your farmer. Later on you can put better gear, but you get very basic gear when you're starting off, which usually turns out really good and is going to be great for your farmer. Artifact, I would say, doesn't really matter. You can definitely slap on the flower shower on her. This is her artifact, so it also gives her an attack buff anytime that she defeats an enemy. So she's self-sufficient. Every time that she gets a kill, she gets an attack buff, and it makes her stronger, able to cycle faster and faster and faster as you progress through, just because she's giving herself an attack buff, she's resetting the cooldown, and she's even healing herself. So if she does take some kind of damage, she'll pretty much recover health based on the amount of damage that she does. So it makes her one of the top tier farmers in Epic 7. We have 3 notable mentions, and I'll say these are notable, but hey, it's going to be up to you and who you want to be your farmer. I would say the next best farmer for newer players is going to be Arbiter Vildred. Now this one is going to be tough because you do have to unlock him from the Moonlight's Blessing. He is a Moonlight 5-star hero, and he is also now a free-to-play option. Yeah, he's free to play. All you have to do is complete the challenges in Moonlight's Blessing. Eventually you'll get him if you decide to go for Arbiter Vildred or Arby here, but you're probably going to start off with Free Spirit Tieria, and then eventually you'll pick up yourself an Arby, and then you can use Arby to farm. 2 other notable mentions is going to be Green Arby here or Vildred. He does almost something very, very similar to everybody else here at the table, is that anytime he gets a kill, he'll hit you with the S3. He'll give himself attack buff and then hit the enemies with an S3. So it makes farming fast. However, his skill animations do take quite a bit of time, so it does kind of lower the speed of your runs. Lena is another one of those units similar to Free Spirit Tieria and the others here that resets their cooldown every time they get kill in adventures. All right, so now that you've selected your farmer in Free Spirit Tieria or whoever it is that you decide to go with, it's very important that you set up your farmer as your lead hero. So you'll go into your main player card here, you'll change your supporter and make sure that your lead supporter is set to your farmer, or at least your strongest unit. And the reason that's important is that these lead supporters show up in your friends list, and your friends are able to use your hero for farming purposes. And the great thing about them using your units to farm is that you get friendship points. So every time that they use your unit, you get a certain amount of friendship points, and then those friendship points you can use to buy energy. You can use them to actually buy or summon fodder that you can use to promote. So for example, I have Arbiter Vildred right now as my lead supporter. If I want a Free Spirit Tieria, I can just kind of search for Free Spirit Tieria and plug her in as my lead supporter. And so now every time that my friends use my lead supporter, which is Free Spirit Tieria, it's going to in turn help them progress faster through that stage, farm faster. And then whenever I go through my adventure stages, I can select their strongest unit, which hopefully they also put as their farmer unit. And you'll see here, so here's selecting my lead supporter. As you can see, some people still don't put their farmers as their lead supporter, but ideally you want this list full of Free Spirit Tierias and Arbys, right, when you're first starting off. So you'll select your hero and then you'll hit start, and anytime any of your units goes down, they'll be replaced with that lead supporter. So that's why it's really important that you set up your lead supporter as your strongest farming unit. All right, here we go. Now that you've selected your farmer, you set up your Free Spirit Tieria, what's next? Okay, next up, you're going to select how you'll be farming. And I'll show you 3 setups. I do use one of these for my farming. I alternate between 1 and 2 of these, depending on how hard the stage is. But the first one that we'll take a look at here is going to be your farmer, which in my case here is Free Spirit Tieria, and then 3 max level units. Eventually, as you're starting the game, eventually you'll max level these up. If you're interested to know how to level up units, feel free to go check out my other video. But I have 3 max level units, and what I'm actually farming for is not only for EXP, but I'm also farming for friendship. And friendship now is going to be one of the most important things that you want to get to friendship level 10 as soon as you can with your units that you're going to be using in game. They help with skill enhancements, and if you remember, I talked about a little bit about Molagora. If you friendship level 10 any unit, you'll essentially get 3 points that you can use for that skill enhancement. So it's something to really keep in mind. And I farm using max level units because we get EXP from penguins now, so we don't really have to worry about slotting in fodder or the dogs or those mega phantasmas that usually you'll see. Here's the next setup that you might run, and that's going to be your farmer with 2 max level units and then 1 of these doggos or mega phantasmas. And these, you usually level them up and use them to promote, and to be able to promote 3 stars to 4 stars, 4 stars to 5 stars, 5 stars to 6 stars. Another team that I often run, I hardly ever run the second one here anymore with the dog. I usually run this 3rd team. And so this 3rd team does not consist of a farmer. It only consists of 4 max level units that I'm working on for friendship level 10. And so all of these units here are not friendship level 10. None of them are farmers by any means. However, I take advantage of my friends list. And so if I have a decent friends list, all of my friends should have Arbiter Vildred in their lead support role, and will carry me the entire way. So let's say, for example, I go in, I select my team, ready to go. I have 4 units, and as you can see, their Arbiter Vildred, once my unit goes down, Arbiter Builder takes the place of that downed unit and pretty much carries me the rest of the way. So for the most part, I would say you should stick to at least one variation of these. I would highly recommend when you're first starting off, go with your farmer for sure, and then try to have 3 max level units, because eventually you'll just use the penguins to level up your units. But what happens when you have your farming method set up, how you want your team set up? Okay, so next up is going to be choosing where to farm. And so what we'll do is we'll just go into regular adventure here. Eventually your goal is to complete the first episode, which is going to be the start of the game. You'll complete the first episode, get through 1010, and then you're good to go. You'll be able to unlock unrecorded history, which is episode 1 epilogue. And this is going to be the area where you definitely want to be farming. Here you'll be able to get your catalyst, and you'll be able to get epic catalyst, and then other random drops throughout the adventure stages. So one of the great things about your unrecorded history is that it's similar to your episode 1. However, it is a bit more challenging, a bit more difficult, and eventually you'll be able to choose where you want to farm. Ideally, you want to farm the stage where you need catalysts from. And so from the AP shop, you'll be able to buy catalysts. As you can see, I have 1300 AP, since I usually farm 9-1 and 9-2 a lot. Eventually you can just buy your catalyst that you need and epic catalyst that you might need in order to skill enhance or awaken other heroes on your team. So what I usually do is I go into 9-2. I like to farm 9-8. Again, it really doesn't matter. Just farm the highest difficulty possible when you can. However, you should always be working towards getting catalysts. So we'll take a look at this first team here. My pets are on. So once you do unlock pets, you'll be able to auto repeat battles, which is always great. And hopefully we can see an example here of the Kisei going down because my free spirit area is not strong enough. So here's Kisei going down, and I really don't care who else is able to carry me, because I know the Arbiter Vildred will do that. Once he gets a turn here, he gets greater basket attack, and then pretty much clears the wave. And the great thing about that is, because he is Arby, he does reset the cooldown on his S3, and then he's just going to go ahead and carry me the rest of the way. So I do have my farmer there that is not currently the best, but I'm getting carried by my friends. And if for whatever reason that Arbiter Vildred wasn't that amazing, I still have my farmer that can chip in and provide some type of damage. I do have 2 other units there that are also helping me clear the stage. So eventually I'll be able to clear the stage faster and faster once I get my farmer up to par. So you've been farming adventure, unrecorded history, but now you have a new side story. So your side stories are going to be the second best area to farm, and they're going to be great because you have an exchange shop, and your exchange shop usually features catalysts. It features Molagora and Covenant bookmarks, and it's something that you should definitely be farming ahead of your regular adventure. So whenever there is a side story, try to clear out the shop and buy everything. I try to buy everything. I don't need these runes because I have a bunch of them, but that should be your main goal, farming the side story whenever you can. And so when you are farming your side story, we'll go back to the main screen here. Having your pets is going to be one of those fairly important things, and you will unlock your pets at level 25, and then you'll be able to do repeat battles, and your repeat battles are going to depend on the level of your pet. Ideally, you want to have the top 3 S skills for battle pets, which are going to be receiving double AP points from adventure and side story, earning additional event currency, and getting the chance to drop catalysts. And so no matter how many times I've summoned pets, for whatever reason, I can't get the rare catalyst for adventure side story skill. And so we're taking a look at that here. For battle pets, you can get the event currency from the side story, the double AP and getting a chance at 1 additional rare catalyst. Top 1 should be double AP points, number 2 catalyst, and then number 3 side story currency. So just try to get those whenever you can, but your pets are going to be very, very beneficial because they're going to help you auto battle and give you that chance to drop additional catalysts. All right, that's going to be the end of the video. Let me know your thoughts about the current farming in Epic 7. What units are you using to farm all of these adventure stages? Are you sticking with Free Spirit Tieria? What do you think of her as a free unit? If you have any suggestions or ideas for any future topics or future videos that you'd like to see, again, let me know in the comment section below. But like always, if you happen to enjoy the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.